Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Project Ozone. Notice anything? Anything at all? Nothing? Exactly, nothing. Got back on the old, backed out to the old farm here and got on the old internet and actually got internet again, so now I'm doing thing, and I could not, period, load my game. Project Ozone file, something is not functioning, not loading. I'll flash the screen report here for a second, and yeah, as you can see, it's being stupid. So what I've done is I did a little working with the Project Ozone 2 that I had downloaded previously, and I got the button working so I could actually access my inventory. I think I have a few more config buttons to play with, but that's not a big deal. I changed a few things in the config file and gave myself the open modular turn, or the turrets and such. But since this is not actually Project Ozone, this is now Project Ozone 2. Let me show you something. They have introduced this accessories thing. I have no idea what it is, but it's more junk to play with. They have Pneumaticraft in here, which was something I really liked. If I can find it here, I'll be happy to show you. There you go, Pneumaticraft. Now I went into the config files because I was getting kind of irritated, and I added the portal gun turrets. Simply put, I like those. What else? I'm having some issues with the luggage. The AI on the luggage is acting up a little weird, so they're kind of really more useless than they were before. But I mean, hey, they're still fun. I've done some exploring on this mod pack, but in all honesty, there we go. In all honesty, I have gotten tired of the hassles I was having with the inventory system on this mod pack. I'm tired of fighting with inventories. I'm tired of fighting with applied energistics. I got fed up with some of the stuff in the quests that I had to do. So I figured, why not start from scratch? Now I have a couple of choices to play with. Number one, as you can tell, is the original world from Project Ozone. I like this world because I know what it is. But there are a couple of preset maps. Now I'm just going to switch maps here, and I'll be right back. Alright, if you click on Load from Template, you have Stranded by Resident Gamer. That's the one we were just on. You have Gotto's Dream by Resident Gamer. Okay, this is Gotto's Dream. You start out early morning, flying, with nothing here but an orb of stone of some kind, moon rock. Yeah, this looks fairly interesting. Hold on a second. That's better. This looks fairly interesting, but of course, I mean, like, you have to start out in creative and you start over there somewhere, which I don't really think is a good idea. so you really don't seem to have anything of interest in here. Yeah, you start out with this giant orb. This is where I said I don't think the maps were all set up. Now I'm just going to change maps one last time to show you the third, and well, to show you a third, and then I'll be showing you the one I'm going to take. Okay, the third type of world is very much like Crash Landing, except it's snow. You start out on a snow world. You've basically got this little dome, and if you see him off in the distance here, a chicken. You got really no way to get that chicken back in here. Yeah, those are deaths from, for some reason the thing is keeping records of deaths. You can't, this one here is not set to hardcore quest mode, so you can die infinite numbers of times, and it's also a little bit buggy, and you will be swarmed with mobs all day and all night long. They're unaffected by the winter, and they're unaffected by daylight. So yeah, I'm not taking this world. I'm not going to play this world either. You know, the other choice of world that we have is it's called a Skylands map, and that's what I'm going to take. Now I have already got one loaded, so I'm going to use that for my gameplay. But since I'm here, we're going to take a moment and we're going to look at some of the mods and some of the mod things that I have put in here. So first, let's go game mode, CREATIVE. Okay, that's good. All right. Some of the mods that are in here. Come on. We have applied energistics stuff, which we all know how much I really feel about. Aether I've never played with. Agricraft is in here, which is something I'm going to have to learn, as I found out that nothing grows unless it's agricrafted correctly. Another one, Bites the Dust, of course. This just adds more dust combinations. AE2, don't care about. Dimension World, of course, this is the mining world, which we will get into fairly early on. Artifacts, I believe, is this thing up here. Alverta, I have no idea what this one's about. I'll have to do some research on this. I've never even heard of it before. Same. Bobblicious, well, we all know Bobblicious. It's all neat little trinkets and things. It's an add-on to Baubles. Then we have Buildcraft. Now this has got the builders, which is, they've renamed, of course, Quarry, the builder block, the architect's table, this kind of thing. And I know that Buildcraft has these robots that I haven't played with yet. Buildcraft Transport, this is something that I do like, because they have in here is logistics pipe, and Buildcraft Transport helps. Better Builders ones, these I really, yeah, they don't really ring my bell. I've used them, not too keen on them. Better Furnaces is another mod that I probably won't even look at. Biblio Woods, that's part of the Bibliocraft stuff. This just uses some of the natural woods, so we'll get into that. Big Reactors, well, we found out on the last attempt that Big Reactors has some pretty interesting stuff, and there is some quests to do some Big Reactor things. Botania, I haven't even played with before, even when I've wanted to, haven't even had a chance. Buildcraft, Again, this is part of the other Buildcraft series here, Buildcraft whatevers. That's just the basic core. Carpenter's blocks. Now, I love Carpenter's blocks because I like to build creative and interesting things. So we're going to be having fun with that. Chance cubes, which is basically instant death in a cube. I have discovered that there are some chance cubes that, if ignited, well, basically vaporize your entire base. They don't just kill you, they vaporize everything around. So you got to make sure you don't set them too close to anything you value. Chicken chunks, that's a chunk loader. Chisel, that's, you know, standard compactor. One block does one thing. It's not too bad. Computer craft, I've had a lot of problems with the computer craft in the past, but I mean, mining turtles are the only thing that's really worth anything in computer craft as far as I am concerned. Now, I'm sure there's other stuff that's good, you know, the monitors, the computers, that kind of stuff. You probably have a lot of fun with it if you knew what you were doing. I don't, and I really don't like playing with the Lua programming. Custom things, defense. Oh, DecoCraft is me. I actually installed this. This is not part of the mod pack. This is something I installed because, honestly, like I said, I like to build stuff. But I also like to be able to add details to it that actually make it look good and not have to do creative, really silly things with microblocks. Defense tech. This is a whole new set of weapons and turrets and that sort of thing. There's some pretty interesting stuff in there. Haven't really played with it, so I'm guessing this would be really nice if you were going to do like multiplayer, player versus player, or that kind of thing. You know, but no big deal. Dense ores, draconic evolution, we all know about this. Ender IO, we are playing with this a little bit. This is actually pretty good. And add-ons, this was something I wanted to get playing with, particularly things like the loot recyclers and things like that. Ender batteries, no idea what that is. I would have to actually research this. Ender storage, of course, we've all played with that. I'm just going to scroll this down a little bit here. Urbis, this is the bug worlds. X Asterisk Rebirth. The X Asterisk mod was made to have the end cake and a few other ores and an auto sieve in here, an auto hammer and stuff that helps add on to X Nillo. Experience rings, these are more of a bauble type thing as well. Extra cells. These are just extra junk to add on to applied energistics, so it's really something I'm not going to play with anymore, and I have to. Extra utilities, of course, we've all played with these. There's a few things in here that are really useful. Where are we here? Extra utilities, extra planets. This is part of a Galacticraft add-on. Extra tinkers. This just is some additional add-ons for tinkers. Forge microblocks, this just lets you make the microblocks of everything. Galacticraft core, this is the Galacticraft for exploring other planets. I haven't really got into this very much. I've tried, but honestly haven't really done much with it. Galacticraft planets, of course, this is the add-on for the planets. Hardcore Quest mod, which is what I like. It basically X number of lives. When you run out of lives, you're dead. Something to remember. Hardcore Wither. this gives you the withers that start teleporting and start doing bad things, and no matter what you do, they get worse. It also makes it very hard to make a good wither grinder. Iguana Tinker's tweaks, immersive engineering, of course. I mean, this is a core mod for so much stuff, it's not even funny. Or not immersive engineering, I'm thinking the other one. No, yeah, immersive engineering, this is the one with the right, this was the one with the world's slowest steel mill and the railgun, if I remember correctly. Engineer Skyhook. Right. Iron chest, standard item blacklist. Not sure what this does, but that's not a big deal. Carrot garden, I have no idea what this is, but I was looking at, and it looks like it's basically combining a lot of potion effects to essentially carrots. Scroll this down. Logistics pipes. This, of all times, was my favorite, absolute favorite inventory control system. I had so much fun with this. It worked really well because it's easy to build early on. It's easy to upgrade. It's easy to interact with other mod inventory systems, including the applied energistics. You can actually load inventory into and out of applied energistics storage units and processing units with logistics pipes, but you can't go the other way. You can't go from logistics pipes and have it read by applied energistics. The applied energistics just will not read any other mod. They're so exclusive to themselves, and that's number one biggest complaint I have with them. These guys are incredibly friendly with every other inventory system I've ever encountered. I have not found an inventory system that applied or that logistics pipes could not interact with, which really made it very interesting. In fact, I had set it up to have interdimensional banking systems, essentially an ATM set up in different dimensions wherever I had a thing, and I could control all of my inventory from anywhere in the world. And I didn't have to do anything fancy. It was just a tesseract and a couple of pieces of pipe and a table. So yeah, you'll find that I will probably be using logistics pipes for the majority of the inventory controls right from the beginning. Loot bags, of course, we all know how much we love loot bags. Magical crops, armory, and magical crops core. There's some magical crops quests in here, but yeah, no big deal. We'll play with those. Magneticraft. I remember we tried playing with this. We had a shelf or something, and it just went stupid on us. Mantle, I don't know what this is about. Frames. Mechanism, of course, we've played with Mechanism in the past. I haven't really had a chance to really get too deep into it. It is very useful. Of course, Mechanism has been subdivided into my tools and generators. And then we have Minecraft, of course. Well, that's kind of the core of the entire game. MFR, this is probably almost a standard item to have in anything, is the Mine Factory Reloaded. More chisels, I'm not sure what this mod offers, but yeah, there you go. Crayfish, of course, I like Crayfish. His furniture is very interesting, and it does work well with the DecoCraft furniture and the BiblioWoods furniture, which makes it really nice for having decorating options for actually building anything interesting, and I'm hoping to be able to do some of that on this playthrough. Natra, this gives you all kinds of really interesting different types of trees, forests, wood, bushes, all kinds of other stuff. Nether ores, yeah, things that go boom and call in pigment, lots of fun. open modular turrets. Now these were in the last mod pack, and I only played with them very briefly. They are something I may play with more in this mod pack. Open blocks. This is kind of a general everything and everything mod. I really do like it. Where are we here? Open blocks, Pam's Harvest Craft, of course. Pam's has always been one of my favorites. She does have a lot of very interesting things in her mod pack. Some of the stuff I have yet to actually even really play with. If you like playing with doing creative food stuff, it's a lot of really neat stuff. But I find that it goes hand in glove with hunger overhaul. If you don't have that, it's kind of, why have a really fancy kitchen and making all kinds of fancy foods if you can just survive on eating chicken? You know, Pneumaticraft. Now I've played with this on several mod packs, including Crash Landing, where I really fell in love with it, especially the drones for picking up stuff in an area of effect. The security station is really good if you have player versus player or bases or something like that. But other than that, yeah, a lot of other stuff in here is whoops, oh, where'd you go? Come back. A lot of the stuff in there is kind of just a lot of fun. Portal gun. Now, like I said, I did change the configs on this because I like the portal gun turrets. Other than that, I just left everything as it was. And honestly, I mean, if you've played with a portal gun turret, you know they're probably the weakest turret in the game. Kind of useless, but they're a lot of fun. Project E, I have yet to really get into Project E. We were starting on it the last time with the energy condenser, I believe, which allowed us to make that one quest to fill the deep storage unit with leaves. Yeah. Of course, there's an add-on compatibility, the core. Project Red. Now, Project Red, this is one that I have yet to even play with. Some people love Project Red, like they love being able to do redstone controls and so on and so forth. I'm not a redstone person, I never have been. I just want stuff to work. Once it works, I don't really care. Quantum Flux. Now, I have yet to even look at this mod, and I have no clue what any of it does. So we'll have to take a look into this a little bit more too. Okay, let's not lose that. All right, random things. Again, really haven't done anything with this one, so I'm not sure what to deal with. Redstone Arsenal. This is some flight suits and jetpacks and things. Again, one I've kind of dabbled with, but not more than I had to for quests and such. Redstonic, I have no idea what this is. I've never heard of this mod before. Requillery. This is another one that I've had in mod packs. I have never actually gotten to the point where I actually started playing with it. So yeah, RF tools. I had a lot of fun with this on the last mod pack, especially the crafters, the storage units, you know, some of the other stuff here. I could probably play with a lot of these filters and whatnot and have a lot of fun. Simple achievements. There is an achievement book in here, simple achievement book in here, so we'll be putting that up early on. Labels, I like these for the deep storage units. Jetpacks again. SNAD. No idea what this mod is about, but it looks like it's more of a fun mod than anything. Solar Flux that I've never, like, this was a quest that I was making Actually, I had it completed, but I hadn't recorded it. And yeah, this was one of the things I was in the process of getting completed. So we'll see what happens there. Storage drawers. These are really handy. I really do like the compacting drawers and stuff like that in there. Thermodynamics, again, offers a lot. The whole thermodynamics set here offers a lot that needs to be dealt with. I haven't played with singularities before, but thermal foundation is a core mod that's needed for everything. Yeah, the Tinker's Auto Tool Station, really, unless you're really playing with Tinker's tools, these things is kind of useless. It's a lazy man's way to add redstone or whatever to tool. It's really, yeah, it's a lot of build to do nothing. Mainly because Tinker's becomes obsolete. Tinker's construct becomes pretty obsolete after you hit a certain point in the game. Fairly early on, you've modded your Tinker's tools to the point where you don't need them. Translocator, I don't know what this is about whatsoever, but no big deal. The tree growing simulator, this gives us the, you jump for trees and boom, you got them. And Z-tones. Now this is one I have no idea what it is. Never played with it before. I've seen it, but I have not touched it. So, there you go. There's the mod list. There's the reason I'm not playing Project Ozone anymore, and I'm playing Project Ozone 2. Now, this is not the world I am going to play. Of all the worlds that I have shown you, I am not going to play. I'm going to quit here. And thank you all for watching. I am going to load the game world that I am going to play on. And as I said, it's called a Sky Zones map. Basically, you load it like a normal world, except when you select world options, you say super flat, big biomes, so on and so forth. You just keep scrolling until you find Sky Zones. Pick that one. It is very, very brutal. Doesn't give you a lot of leeway. You have hostile mobs fairly early on, and it's a fairly infinite world that is terrain generated like Minecraft normally would be, with a twist. So here's the old Minecraft punch, and there's another Minecraft punch, and there's another Minecraft punch. There, we'll break stuff on the way down. Have a snowball. Love how they shoot out of the side of your head. And I'll see you all on the first episode of Project Ozone 2. Thank you all for watching, kids, and goodbye for now. From Project Ozone 1 and Vertical.